It's an outcome years in the making. Bryan Kohberger sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. I'm downtown Boise neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker, and the murder case that once gripped the nation is coming to a close, and the media circus is starting to pack up. But I was inside the courthouse on Wednesday as the emotional final chapter played out. Inside the courtroom, before a word was even spoken, you could hear the pain.
What happened that night changed everything. Because of him, four beautiful, genuine, compassionate people were taken from this world for no reason.
Dylan Mortensen, one of the two surviving roommates, began her statement in tears, hyperventilating as she faced the man now convicted of upending her world. For the first time since the attack, we heard words from both roommates, offering long-awaited answers.
I had to sleep in my mom's bed because I was too terrified to close my eyes. Terrified that if I blinked, someone might be there.
So much mystery surrounded that morning, many wondering why it took hours to call 911.
I woke up around 7 with a terrible toothache, so I called my dad, who is a dentist. I was still out of it and still didn't know what happened. That was the worst day of my life, and I know it always will be.
Bethany Funke's statement, read by a close friend, described her confusion that morning, her enduring guilt, and the relentless online harassment that followed. She also revealed the fear that has gripped her ever since. Then Mortensen took to the podium, her voice trembling as she shared the lasting trauma of what she survived.
He took away who they were becoming and the futures they were going to have. But I'm still trying, and I'm not trying just for me. I'm trying for them, my friends. He will stay here, empty, forgotten, and powerless.
As their words echoed through the courtroom, all eyes turned to Bryan Kohberger, sitting silently and stone-faced as the courtroom echoed with raw grief and anguish. Kohberger never offered an apology, an explanation, or little more than a glance towards the victims' families. Just feet behind him sat his mother and sister, both present for the sentencing. Neither addressed the court, and the defense declined to take questions, a stark contrast to the outpouring of emotion from the other side of the courtroom. And in a long-awaited news conference after the hearing, officials answered questions that have loomed since November 13th of 2022.
Do you have a motive? We don't. Nope. To this date, found a single connection between him and any of the four victims or the two surviving roommates.
Investigators also revealed that despite rigorous efforts, they never found the murder weapon, but they did seem to confirm that Kaylee Gonzalez was stabbed 34 times. They say they monitored Kohberger's jail calls, but found nothing of value. Investigators adding that his family never offered any evidence or tips for the investigation, and his demeanor when arrested, calm and relaxed. And if not for the knife sheath, they believe they still would have found him by tracking the white Elantra. In the end, prosecutors argued no words from Kohberger would offer clarity or truth.
I don't believe that there's anything that would come out of his mouth that would be the truth.
Judge Hippler echoed that, sharply condemning Kohberger before locking him away for good.
His grotesque acts of evil have buried and hidden anything that might have been good or intrinsically human about him. I remand the defendant to the custody of the Idaho State Board of Corrections for to be imprisoned in an appropriate facility and execution of the sentence where he will remain until he dies.
You can find continued coverage on police reports and new evidence and the emotional family testimony on IdahoNews6.com. I'm downtown Boise neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker, Idaho News 6.